In this episode, who will be your wonderful witness?
Hi there, bridal couples to be.
Welcome to How to Get Married in Holland.
The ultimate wedding podcast of and about the Netherlands.
We, wedding ceremony experts, aka celebrants Daphne and Jasperin, share all ins and outs of getting married in our flat and fabulous country.
Enjoy listening.
So who is going to be your wonderful witness? We're going to talk about who can be your witness and all the requirements that go with it. So Daphne, tell me.
Yeah, well, amongst your guests are some extra special people. Of course, everyone is a witness to you getting married. But a couple of them are having a very special task during the wedding ceremony. And that is signing the certificate, of course, to make it all legal or make sure that your marriage is getting archived, as in the municipality archives. And there are some rules for who can be your witness. Jasper, can you share a little bit about it?
Of course I can. First of all, in the Netherlands, for a legally binding marriage, so a civil wedding, you need a minimum of 2 witnesses and a maximum of 4. They can be of any nationality. The only thing you need to do is provide their full names and their ID and passport.
Mm-hmm.
There's another rule that says that they have to be 18 years or older. So anyone from over 18 years. Not anyone. I have to rephrase that because it's anyone who is legally capable. So anyone who's legally capable, over 18 years old, a minimum of 2, a maximum of 4, those people can be your witness.
And then, can the witness be someone who lives abroad, or do they need to live in the Netherlands?
No, they don't need to live in the Netherlands as long as you provide their passport details and full names.
Yeah. And you both need one, right? And you can opt for 2 each.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah. But what is the job of the witness? Can you tell something about that?
Well, the tradition is that the wedding was a public event, and nowadays it is not so much a public event because you do need an invite to get to the wedding of your wedding ceremony, of course. But the task of the witnesses is still to make sure that the bridal couple is willingly united in matrimony. So that's quite a task for them to check if indeed their I do's are coming from their hearts and they're not forced in marriage.
Yes.
But I believe nowadays everyone marries out of love. At least I hope so.
At least here.
Yeah. And once the witnesses agree that the wedding is willingly united, then they can give their okay by signing the deed or aka the certificates.
Yeah. So who do you choose?
Yeah, that's an important one because I think it's not only the formal task of the witnesses, to make sure it's come out of a willingly union, but also it's like an informal promise to the bridal couple. Don't you agree? Because you promise to be there for the couple whenever they need it during their marriage in the future. Hopefully it's not necessary, but it's like, you are like an emotional backup.
Yes.
I think I
think it's a very, if you ask someone to be your witness, I think that the question already is a very meaningful question.
It is a special one.
Pick a person or you ask a person whom you trust, who you have a good connection with, who you know has always been there and who you hope to always be there for you in the future.
Yeah, someone you can rely on and you share a close connection with. And I even heard of a bridal couple who did a proposal to their witnesses. So they
Okay.
didn't just do
Yeah.
a proposal
Mm-hmm.
to their future spouse,
Mm-hmm.
but also to their witness with a special gift
Mm.
saying, "Will you be my witness?"
Mm.
It was
Oh,
quite
that's
a
nice.
emotional surprise
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
both parties, really. Yeah.
So who do you see most to be there as a witness?
Mostly witnesses are family members,
Mm-hmm.
um, brothers, sisters,
Mm-hmm.
but also parents, which can be quite beautiful to, for example, if you are being accompanied by your father down the aisle, to ask your mother to be the witness, to give her a
Yeah.
special task as well, or
Yes.
grandparents even.
Yes. I think that's particularly beautiful.
Yeah,
It really shows the connection between a grandchild in this case and then the grandparent. And they always feel so honored and proud if they are there and then they can sign the wedding document for their grandchild. I think that's always very, very emotional, beautiful.
yeah. It also touches me when you see, that love connection between
Mm-hmm.
generations,
Mm, mm.
especially on that memorable moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
quite beautiful.
But you
Yeah,
see friends as well. People ask their
friends.
best friend.
Yeah, best friends, close friends, or people who had a special role in a love story, for
Mm-hmm.
example, who
Mm-hmm.
were there from the very beginning when the
Mm,
couple met and
mm.
stood by them through all
Yes,
challenges they might have
yes,
experienced. Yeah.
yes,
But yet you do have to keep in mind, who do you see staying in your life
yeah,
in the far future?
yes. Friendships change.
Yeah.
That's maybe the advantage of if you ask your brother or your sister, that they will most likely always be there.
Yeah. That's true.
Hmm. What happens with the witness once you've actually picked them and you get to your wedding day and your witness is late?
Then we
Has it
have a
happened to
problem.
you?
Yeah, it happened once.
Hmm.
A witness was delayed. He was still at the airport, and we
Mm-hmm.
were already at the venue, waiting to begin the ceremony. So we discussed it with the bridal couple, the wedding planner in the
Mm-hmm.
venue, and also the cook, because the dinner had to be delayed. And we managed to wait for like 45 minutes, but then we couldn't wait any longer, because
Right.
otherwise they wouldn't be able to have dinner before the party started.
Mm-hmm.
So we started the ceremony, and the witness came in on a rush with red cheeks and yeah, all stressed out. But it was a strong story for them to tell in the future on.
Mm. And
Yeah.
did he eventually sign the wedding document?
Yeah, he was able to, but if a witness can't make it
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
you do need to find a solution. And well, the rule is you need at least one witness each. So
Yeah.
if there's three left from four witnesses,
Yeah.
well, we as the official wedding officiant or register, we can make a separate note
Yeah.
for the municipality
True.
explaining what's happened,
Yeah.
and then you're good to go. But if you have two witnesses each and one is missing, yeah, that's a problem, right?
Yeah. Then you have a problem. But normally, I have to say that hasn't happened to me
Yeah.
yet. But you do need two witnesses, so then you will have to find a solution for afterwards. Um, a witness coming late, no problem whatsoever. Two witnesses and one doesn't show, then you do have a problem, because then your marriage is not going to be legally binding. And it's normally, if you get married on a town hall on a weekday, it's not so much of a problem if one of your guests has, for example, his ID passport with him.
Yeah.
Then a new document can be made and produced straight away. But if you are on an outside location, on a castle, for example, or on a beach pavilion, then you do have a problem if it's on the weekend, because town halls are not open on the weekend.
Yes.
So it's something you have to consider when choosing your witnesses.
Yeah.
And actually, talking about the number of witnesses, I had a month ago. I had a lovely wedding at a beautiful hotel, and the bride had asked for two witnesses, for two friends of hers to be, or a friend and her grandmother to be special witness. And then the groom got so enthusiastic and he asked 3 of his best friends. So,
Oh dear.
panic. They contacted me, said, oh, well, we asked for 3. He asked for 3 and now we have 5 witnesses. How are we going to solve that? Because he didn't want that 5th person to be left out, to say, sorry, but, I made a mistake. You can't be a witness anymore. So what I did then, and what happens quite regularly, is that you actually make a ceremonial wedding deed. And so the 4 official or first 4 witnesses sign the official one, plus a ceremonial one, and then the 5th witness only got to sign the ceremonial one, didn't notice anything, everybody happy. And this you can also do, for example, if you have an underage child.
Yes, if you have a minor who
A minor,
isn't able to or isn't allowed to sign the deed, then you can have a symbolic one. Yes.
And then there's the wedding booklet, of course.
Yeah. It's a tradition at the Netherlands that if you opt for a civil wedding, you can also choose to have a wedding booklet, which is a small book, most of the times in a navy blue or a burgundy red, with beautiful calligraphy, letters, and your names and the date of the union written in it. And there are some pages, notes, where the witnesses can put their signature on.
Yeah.
And of course, there's also room for any children who might be honorary witnesses.
Yeah.
And so they are able to sign something official like.
Yeah.
And true. I think the beautiful thing of having a symbolic wedding deed or certificate is also that you can keep it as a memento, right?
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful memory.
It's something to take home.
Yeah. And maybe a last tip from us to you. It can be quite beautiful to give your witnesses something really special to remember the moment by. I had several bridal couples who gave their witnesses beautiful pens with their wedding date and their name engraved. But do take into consideration, if you have a civil wedding, they must be writing black.
Black ink.
Yeah, black ink.
Black ink.
Because why? That is a rule for the certificate, the legal certificate being valid. Because when they copy back in the days, when they copied nowadays they scan it, of course, but back in the days they used to copy it, and black ink is more visible and stays longer visible on the original one. So that's why.
Yeah. So good idea, but make sure it's black ink.
Indeed. Okay.
And good luck with finding your perfect witness. I would say speak to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to How to Get Married in Holland.
We look forward to share more about organizing your wedding day in the Netherlands in the next episode.
Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss anything.
Any questions in the meantime?
Please ask Wedding Celebrants Daphne or Jasperin. You can find us, plus the show notes, on Instagram.
And if you love this podcast, please leave a review.
It gives us a higher ranking, so more fun international couples with Dutch wedding plans will be able to find us.
Until next time.